A quiet revolution is sweeping through Canadian shopping aisles. What once seemed like a routine trip to the grocery store has now become a statement of values and identity. Across the country, Canadians are pausing to consider the origins of the products they place in their carts, making choices that go far beyond price tags or convenience. Sparked by tense U.S. trade negotiations and the imposition of new tariffs, Canadians are rethinking what they buy. News headlines have brought international disputes into everyday life, prompting many to look for alternatives to imported goods, especially those from the United States. This shift is not just about economics, it's about taking control in uncertain times. Recent surveys show that an overwhelming 95% of Canadians now say they prefer Canadian-made products. This movement is fueled by a mix of economic worry, a desire to protect local jobs, and a deep sense of national pride. The iconic maple leaf logo has become a symbol of trust and resilience, guiding shoppers toward homegrown choices. For many, supporting Canadian businesses feels like a patriotic duty. Each purchase is a small but meaningful way to stand up for Canadian workers, farmers, and entrepreneurs. It's about keeping money circulating within the country and ensuring that local industries can thrive in the face of global uncertainty. Organized campaigns and government actions have amplified this groundswell. In some communities, activists have even removed foreign products from shelves, while others rally behind Buy Canadian signs, encouraging neighbors to make conscious choices. Government initiatives have also promoted Canadian goods, reinforcing the message that every purchase matters. The Buy Canadian movement has evolved into a conscious, collective choice. It's not just about individual preference, it's about coming together as a nation. Families, friends, and even strangers are united by a shared commitment to support their own, creating a sense of community in every aisle. Every dollar spent on a Canadian product is now seen as a vote for the country's future. Shoppers know that their decisions have a ripple effect, supporting local supply chains, sustaining jobs, and investing in the prosperity of their communities. This movement has united Canadians from coast to coast, turning the simple act of shopping into a powerful gesture of solidarity. Whether in bustling cities or small rural towns, people are finding common ground in their commitment to buy local and support each other. Local farmers, workers, and entrepreneurs are seeing new support and appreciation. Farmers' markets are busier than ever, and small businesses are thriving as more Canadians choose to invest in their neighbors' success. This renewed focus on local products is helping to build a stronger, more resilient economy. The Buy Canadian movement proves that millions of individual consumer choices can become a powerful force for change. Together, Canadians are shaping the future of their economy, one purchase at a time, and showing the world the strength that comes from unity and pride in what's made at home. Embarking on the journey to support Canadian businesses and products begins with a simple but crucial step: learning how to identify what's truly local. The Buy Canadian movement is gaining momentum, and it all starts with awareness. When you walk into a grocery store or browse the aisles of your favorite supermarket, you're faced with thousands of choices. But how do you know which products are genuinely Canadian? Let's break it down. The first thing to look for is the Product of Canada label. This is considered the gold standard for Canadian products. When you see this label, it means that almost every ingredient in the product, as well as the manufacturing process, is Canadian. It's a mark of authenticity and national pride, ensuring that your purchase supports Canadian farmers, workers, and businesses from start to finish. Another important label is Made in Canada. While this also signifies a strong connection to Canadian production, there's a key difference. Made in Canada means the final manufacturing or processing took place here, but some ingredients or materials may have been sourced from other countries. Still, choosing these products helps sustain Canadian jobs and industries. Be cautious with labels like packaged in Canada. This simply means the product was assembled or packaged here, but the contents could be entirely imported. Always take a moment to read the fine print and ingredient list to ensure you're making an informed choice. It's also important to consider who owns the brand. Some products are made in Canada but are owned by foreign companies, meaning profits may not stay in the country. If supporting Canadian businesses is your goal, look for brands that are both Canadian-made and Canadian-owned. The most dedicated shoppers go the extra mile, seeking out products that are not only made here but also owned by Canadian companies. This double layer of support maximizes your impact, helping to strengthen the local economy and preserve Canadian jobs. In today's digital age, online communities play a huge role. Social media platforms and forums are buzzing with tips, label photos, and recommendations. Shoppers share their discoveries, helping others navigate the sometimes confusing world of product labels. This collective knowledge makes it easier than ever to make informed, values-driven choices. Armed with this information, shoppers feel empowered. Every purchase becomes a statement of support for Canadian workers, farmers, and entrepreneurs. It's about more than just buying groceries. It's about making choices that reflect your values and contribute to your community. Today, millions of Canadians shop with intention, moving through stores with a clear sense of purpose. Each item placed in their cart is a small but meaningful step toward supporting their nation, one purchase at a time. By choosing Canadian, you're helping to build a stronger, more resilient country for everyone. Guides to Canadian-made products are now essential tools for shoppers. These lists cover everything from dairy and bread to snacks, beverages, and frozen foods. Brands like Saputo, Weston, McCain Foods, and Canada Dry are seeing renewed interest. Guides also highlight household items and pet food, making it easy to buy local in every aisle. Shoppers contribute their own discoveries, fueling a community-driven effort. The result: more sales for Canadian brands, more jobs, and a sense of pride in supporting local. It's a grassroots movement rebuilding the marketplace from the bottom up. The movement to avoid U.S. brands quickly crossed the Atlantic. In Europe, frustration with American tariffs and politics has sparked similar boycotts. Social media groups in Sweden, France, and Germany organize and share tips on avoiding U.S. goods. Major retailers like Denmark's Salling Group now label European products more clearly. Polls show strong support for buying non-U.S. alternatives. This isn't just about shopping, it's a statement about values and global leadership. The trend could reshape trade dynamics for years to come. What began in Canada is now a transatlantic phenomenon. Consumers are united in demanding fairer trade and respect. The message decisions in Washington echo in shopping carts across Europe. European consumers now have powerful tools to avoid American brands. Apps like BrandSnap let shoppers scan barcodes to check a product's origin instantly. Retailers use special labels to highlight European-made goods, making local choices easy. These tactics have turned individual frustration into a coordinated movement. The result: a more informed, engaged consumer base. In the digital age, a smartphone is as mighty as a protest sign. Every purchase is now a deliberate act of economic change. The ongoing boycotts are striking at the heart of top U.S. brands, impacting them where it matters most: their bottom line. Once bustling stores are now seeing fewer customers, and the atmosphere inside is noticeably subdued. The ripple effects are being felt across the retail landscape, as American brands that once symbolized global dominance are now facing a new reality. Take Tesla, for example. The company's global sales projections have taken a significant hit, with showrooms in key international markets sitting empty and some even closing their doors. McDonald's, a staple of American fast food, is also feeling the pressure. In several major European cities, their restaurants are seeing a sharp decline in foot traffic, and some locations have been forced to temporarily close due to lack of demand. These are not isolated incidents. They're part of a broader trend affecting multiple sectors. The impact isn't limited to products and retail. Even tourism to the United States from Europe and other regions has dropped noticeably. Once popular American landmarks and tourist destinations are seeing fewer international visitors, as travelers choose to spend their money elsewhere. This shift highlights that the backlash against U.S. brands is not just about what people buy, but also where they choose to go and what experiences they seek. U.S. companies now face a new kind of consumer, one who is more skeptical and discerning than ever before. Many shoppers are actively comparing products, seeking out alternatives, and even refusing to enter stores associated with American brands. For some, these choices are driven by political beliefs or a desire to support local businesses. For others, it's about sending a message that their purchasing power can influence corporate behavior. The financial consequences are becoming increasingly clear. Quarterly reports from some of the biggest U.S. companies reveal falling sales, missed targets, and shaken investor confidence. Executives are being forced to answer tough questions about the future, as the numbers paint a sobering picture of the challenges ahead. Giants in tech, fashion, and food, like Apple, Nike, and Starbucks, are quietly warning shareholders about strong headwinds and uncertain times. Behind closed doors, corporate leaders are reevaluating strategies, trying to adapt to a rapidly changing consumer landscape. What was once considered a distant threat has now become a present reality. Protests outside U.S. brand stores and empty aisles in major retailers are visible signs that the boycott movement is gaining momentum and having a tangible effect. In boardrooms across the country, executives are paying close attention. They're reviewing charts, analyzing data, and trying to understand how to respond to this wave of consumer activism. The stakes are high and the pressure to adapt is mounting. The message from consumers is unmistakable. Collective choices and organized action can shake even the largest corporate giants. More people are choosing to support local alternatives, making it clear that their voices matter. The numbers don't lie. As financial news tickers flash red and protesters celebrate small victories, it's clear that the will of the people is being heard. The era of passive consumption is over. Today, every purchase is a statement, and U.S. brands are being forced to listen. The global backlash has business leaders on high alert. This isn't just a temporary reaction, it's a shift in how the world sees American brands. Companies fear that lost trust may be hard to regain, even after political tensions ease. History shows that organized consumer movements can permanently damage brands. Experts warn that anti-U.S. sentiment could reshape international sales for years. U.S. brands may need to rethink global strategies as buy local movements become the norm. Corporate leaders are urging for calmer trade relations to restore trust. Brand loyalty built over decades can vanish in months. The stakes, not just lost profits, but the loss of entire markets for a generation. The boycotts raise big questions about the future of global trade and consumer power. Some analysts expect the movement to fade, but others see a permanent shift in habits. Skepticism toward U.S. brands may become deeply ingrained. The movement proves that consumers hold real power in the global economy. Boycotts are a clear message trade policies have real-world consequences. If the commitment lasts, market dynamics could change for good. U.S. brands may struggle to win back trust, while local brands gain ground. This is a defining moment for consumer activism. Millions of choices create unstoppable change. Shoppers now see their wallets as tools for shaping the world. This boycott marks a new era in global commerce, one driven by conscious consumers. People are investing in their communities and demanding change with every purchase. The habits and tools developed now, like barcode apps and label awareness, are here to stay. Brands must be transparent and authentic to earn trust. The movement unites consumers across borders for fairness and respect. The goal isn't punishment, but partnership and mutual benefit. Ordinary people have realized their collective strength. Millions of small choices can steer corporations and influence governments. The future of trade will be shaped by shoppers, not just politicians.